Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.
YouTube, what is going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome to Gallop Racer 2004. It's been a while, but this was by design. This wasn't like some hiatus that I took that I wasn't planning on taking. I was planning on being away from the game for about this long. I was just hoping I was going to be a little bit more productive with my own videos, but we're back. We're here. Hopefully you guys have missed me, or maybe you haven't missed me at all, which, if that's the case, I'd be a bit sad, because I've missed you guys. I have. And, I know everybody's favorite game is 2004. I can't fight it, so let's get back into it. Now, I haven't played in over a month in real time, so it's obviously been a minute. We were on the 2003 grind. I still want to grind more on that game, but I feel like I have to play that game in spurts because, you know, I do miss 2004. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, I was trying to do this before I started recording. I don't know what I'm doing with Tigris of Stone or Toxic Blonde. In my notes, I just have that Tigris is going for, like, 2 potential GWSs. I think the sprint I was going to focus on with her. I also have the same thing with Toxic Blonde, but I don't... Like, she's still fast enough to win sprints, but her stamina isn't helping her case. Like, her last Grade 1 win, it's been a while, right? Her last Grade 1 win... Okay, what's the Mile Champ Cup? That was last year as a 3-year-old. So yeah, I mean, it's been half a year since she's last won a Grade 1, and that's the thing, like, could she win the GWS sprints against the other fastest horses? Because I think the first race is going to be the Queen Mile. Now, I could put her in this race and see how she handles it, but also I think that's a race that Tigris of Stone should be able to handle. Because we don't have any titles for her yet. She's trying to approach one with 6 Grade 1 wins here. And she won the Fleet S last time out. I think she's strong enough to run the GWS turf, but in all honesty, I'd probably feel more confident. Then again, I've only won with her at 6 furlongs once. Every one of her wins has been at a longer distance, so... I mean, because who else was I going to put in the GWS turf this year? Nobody, right? I think Golden Boy is still there, because I wanted to get him a title before retiring him. Golden Boy's in the turf. This is tough. This is really tough. I think I got to throw both gals in at least one GWS sprint race, because I don't know who to favor. Like, Toxic Blonde could still make something happen with her speed at 84. Like, that's still pretty considerable. Like, it's obviously for a double S horse, it's not the top of the hill, but what I'm trying to say is, like, with 84 speed, she's still capable of maybe being in contention for those shorter races. But I also kind of made up my mind that I didn't want to really use her for breeding unless we have the space, right? Just because that stamina is bad, and I just don't want any more horses with bad stamina. So I think I have to prioritize Tigris of Stone on that merit. And that probably was the original plan. I'm surprised I didn't write it down. I probably said it in a video. Actually, Tigris, we're going to run her in the summer sprint. Or we could save that for Toxic. We really could, just to see how she does. And then we can put Tigris, like, in the Super Mile Cup. You know what I mean? This will be the second one. It's such a hard decision because, again, Toxic Blonde, I mean, she is faster. She's 7 points faster than Tigris of Stone. But like I said, her stamina is awful. And her last Grade 1 win was 6 months ago. As opposed to Tigris of Stone, I mean, she's hot right now. And even though she's technically on the decline, like, she's still very strong to win races. So I kind of want to give them both a chance, even though, again, I don't want to use Toxic Blonde for breeding because she only has 57 stamina, but she has good power and staying and good heart. So again, with the right stud, we could get that stamina to be better, more average, then we can work up from there. So I think I got to take a chance because I think I'll regret it if I don't. Like, I don't think this should ruin either horse's chances of winning if they're going to win. And actually, the Queen Mile starts. So we're going to go ahead and toss Toxic Blonde in the Queen Mile. And that means Tigers of Stone will get her ready for whatever the next one is after that. I didn't realize the Queen Mile was the first one. I thought the Summer Sprint was. So Summer Sprint. I mean, it would make more sense for them to do the opposite races, to be honest. But I don't know if I want to wait that long. No, you know what? Toxic, she does need to do the 6. So actually what I'm going to do, since I've made no progress, reload my save. And we're going to just switch the races and then we'll get into it. Apologize for the long intro. You guys understand how it goes. I like to update you on what I think is going on or what I thought was going on or what I plan on doing. Gives you something to look forward to, I think, for the episode. I know it does for me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put Tigris. We're Toxic first. We're going to get her in that Summer Sprint. I think 6 furlongs suits her. Like, if she can win that, then I know she has a chance. If she can't win that at 6 furlongs, then I don't think any other race is going to suit her. And then Tigris will get her started first with the Queen Mile Stakes to kick off the GWS Sprint. And that's it. I think everybody else is booked. I have so many horses, to be honest, so I'm going to be out of the loop probably with a couple of them. You know what I mean? Now, let me just get a refresher of what everybody's doing. So Stargazing, he's up in the Spring Mile. What am I still trying to get with him? Mile Champ. He's got to be close, right? I mean, his stats have dropped considerably. But he's been past his peak for 6 years. And actually, he's still competing. Very strong. You see, we're still winning races with him. 11 Grade 1, 17 wins overall. I wonder how close he is. It says... I have written in my notes I got 4 wins with him. So he should be 1 or 2 more mile distance races off from getting a title. Long live Bolero. He's pretty much at his peak now, which obviously is about what I expected. We're trying to get him some more success on the dirt, but we've struggled the last 2 races. So Butterfly Effect, we're chasing... what with her? Just... don't even know. She's won so much. We are chasing... where is she? She should be at the top. Mile Champ or GWS Sprint, which... have we not won the Sprint with her yet? Or did I miss a year? Okay, we didn't win the Sprint. But Mile Champ is what we're focusing on now. So we should be close. Or maybe not at all, actually. Yeah, I have no idea. I think we're still 3 or 4 races off of getting her that title, but she's still strong enough to make it happen. And then Golden Boy, he is in the GWS Turf Hunt. He is currently 2nd. So trying to get this with Golden Boy. He's still got great stamina. He's the first of my horses I've had in this game that have maintained very good stamina, but the speed has had made a drop off. You know what I mean? Like, I've never had a horse that's been able to maintain stamina at a good level, and then their speed has just went like kaput. He's the first, so it's awesome, man. I really wish I would have utilized him more properly. Because, again, no title. No, he has a title. Right? Yeah, he's got 2. Horse of the Year and All-Rounder. Thank goodness. I forgot. Just that quickly. Formal Opera, a.k.a. Secretariat, we're just winning. What's new? Black Ruby. She's chasing the GWS Dirt? I think, yeah. She's in the GWS Dirt. Black Ruby's been on fire, man. I feel like she's really underrated in this game. Compared to, like, 2000 and... well, technically 99. And I don't know about 2001, but I think she's highly overrated. Or, excuse me, underrated, again. I think if you're looking for a really strong quality S-ranked horse that you can get pretty easily, she has no abilities, but again, I mean, she's a very easy horse to win with, and she has decent stats except for the response, which just learned I have to get her going much sooner. But the fact that she likes to stay out in front helps. I mean, you can keep her pretty much a nose off of the leader, and she'll be fine. And you won't have to sit and wait too much. And you see she's still fast with 82 speed, 73 stamina. So I feel like in this game, she's more of a all-packaged horse. And again, she can run on turf or dirt. I mean, I think her stats and then her ability to run on both type of surfaces, I think that kind of, you know, nullifies some of the negativity that comes with her for having no abilities. I like Black Ruby a lot. And then Tigris, we've already looked at everybody. Fairy Singer, like, what am I even doing with you? 2 grade 1 wins. Turf Horse, good speed, good stam, good growth type. closer. What do I have for a fairy singer on my notes? Because nothing. Beautiful, beautiful colt though, for sure. Yeah, I guess I got him for a long-term project. I can imagine I like the speed and the stamina both being equal. I like that he's okay on the dirt. Couldn't have been for his flexibility, so yeah, we'll see what happens with him. Sedate Devil, she's of course a long-term project. Haven't gotten a G1 win with her yet, but we got her first win last time out. She's a long way off. She's not going to start peaking until, like, showing her peak until she's over 5 years old. Like, she's only 3. Long term, but we know what Sedate Devil is capable of once she hits her peak. At least Cowboy, new 3-year-old. He doesn't have a grade 1 win. I feel like he's underachieving a little bit. I mean, he's got 3 wins out of 8, so he's not doing bad in that regards, but yeah, we blew that grade 3. So I still feel like we could be doing better with him. His stats show that he should be doing better. And Lee's Cowboy is from Flying Cowboy out of Lee's Gold, so still trying to get in rhythm with him. Vivid Gemstone, looking really strong. Vivid's got 3 grade 1 wins already. This is from Vivid Legend, excuse me, out of Pink Gemstone. And this horse has been on a roll. We're on a winning streak as of now. 7 wins out of 8 starts. Vivid Gemstone is dangerous. And that's good to know. That means Vivid Legend and Pink Gemstone could give us horses like this right off the bat. Really good response. Good power. And then, of course, good speed. The stamina is okay, but yeah. Pretty strong horse, man. And then Free Fear, Philly. I got her because I liked her stats, obviously. Don't care about the ability. And again, she's like Black Ruby. You can run her on both surfaces. I think having fillies like this that will use as broodmares in the future with a preference for turf or dirt, that's going to give us a lot of flexibilities for future, for our future foals. So I'm thinking long term. And of course, I got Courtly Lark because I should have just picked him up the second I saw him in the shop, but I was contemplating it for no reason at all. So that's all the horses here for the HRG stables. That's what we got going. Let's go ahead and get into a race and see if I can try not to embarrass myself. Whatever Tanaka's saying, I'm not about it, bro. You should know the drill by now. You should know the drill, Tanaka. You should know the drill, bro. Alright, so the Golden Oaks. Grade 1 here with Sedate Devil. I'm assuming I tossed her into this race just because. But, like, she's not in a position to win it yet. I don't even think her stats are there yet. Yeah, her stats are not even close. We'd have to get a revolution and hope that the favorites get blocked. But we'll do our best with Sedate Devil. Run her towards the back and see how she handles it. Just gotta be patient with her. Gotta be very patient. Alright, here we go. Dublin Golden Oaks with Sedate Devil. First grade 1 of the day. And we still have to beat a couple of horses. No pressure at all. It'd be nice if we were the long shot, then I could just run my race and not care. But now I actually have to, like, try to win. Which I should be trying to do. But again, Sedate Devil's just not at a point where she can win yet. So it's going to be extremely difficult. Not the greatest of starts. But she gets out. And we'll just kind of slot her inside. We're probably going to lose speed around this turn anyway, so hopefully she'll drop back enough. But I don't know. Maybe she's going to outrun these horses. Okay, we're actually running pretty easy into this turn. I thought it'd be a little bit more aggressive, but it's fine. She should be in a pretty comfortable spot. I mean, it's pretty much where she wants to be, so we keep her here. And didn't mean for that to happen. Didn't really think it was going to. I'm like, okay, that's close, but I'll be fine, and clearly I wasn't fine. Yeah, that could have potentially been a revolution. I felt like she was in a perfect field. Oh well. We'll do our best here. Sitting in 10th? No, it's a field of 14. Sitting in 12th, Eric. Pay attention. Technically 11th, now moving to 10th. Alright, relax, relax, relax. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it steady here with Sedate Devil. That's all we can do. She's got a long way to go. But every good performance in a race like this, I think, helps her for the future. So, like, I can't get her going too soon because she still doesn't have great stamina. Now, she's got a great response, so she'll get going quickly when I ask her to. Just gonna hold her, hold her, hold her. Now we're gonna get her going. Now we're gonna get her going. Now let's see how she digs in here. We just need to beat a couple of horses. I want to make sure stamina's on my side. Now, she did lose a head-to-head. She's still got plenty left in the tank. Come on, today. We just need to beat 3 horses. That's it. Okay, it's going to be close, but I think we're going to... Yeah, she's going to get it done. Okay, so losing head-to-heads is definitely a thing with her, which I probably remembered beforehand, but just not now. I'm not too worried about it now, because as long as we're hitting our goals, she'll be fine. And they gave us a double S for the spurt, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'll have to be mindful of that once she's at a position to start winning, because that could cost her the race, which... That's a bit of a bummer, but... You know, she might be worth it. Butterfly Effect. She's up in the Regal S, trying to get the Mile Champ Cup with her, give her her 6th title. They're not giving us favoritism anymore, and I don't care, because we're still winning with her. So hopefully I still have the juice. And I realize I just need to keep her out in front by 2 lengths. And just get her going at the right time. And she's so strong. She keeps her lead. So Personal Hill is the favorite. Again, I don't care. We're going to run our race because the queen is here. Butterfly Effect has arrived. And she's still winning at an incredible level. Despite she's been off of her peak now for 2 years. She peaked as a 3-year-old. And she's 5 right now, turning 6 in half a year. Made the best filly now mare that we've ever had, created-wise. We haven't had a girl do this, I think, in any of the games. Honeybee had success, but she did not win as much as Butterfly Effect has. And dominated, you know? Butterfly Effect was pretty much... elite from the jump, you know. Honeybee had that long growth spurt. We had a couple of years of just really grinding and struggling with her. And then she finally kicked into high gear. But Butterfly Effect, it was winning from the start, and she still hasn't stopped, you know. She has been the best horse we've ever had, man. And like it just happened just like that. Like all the years of me talking about having that horse, that super horse, that filly, that mare, whatever. Butterfly Effect literally just shows up and just dominates most of her races. And I don't even have to try that hard. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Now, she's on the rough now. I don't want her on the rough, but I want to save this track position. So, you know, a track like this, the inside rail is pretty important. I'm trying to get her solo. The field keeps pushing me on, though. Every time I try to create a gap, they creep up on us, and I don't think we're going to get it because they actually stayed pretty close. I could have ran her a little bit harder, but I don't think it's necessary. Like, just stay in cruise control. Let's see what they do. Hey, we got to get them going now. Get her going now. A little bit of a late start. She does get last corner leader, and she's still strong, man. Furlong left to go. This is what I mean. This is all she needs to do. Like I said, I got it started a little bit later than I would have wanted to, but this is favoritism I'm not worried about because she's still the strongest gal on track. Period. Butterfly Effect is still the strongest girl on track, man. My goodness. She's your Regal S champion, and it's another grade 1 victory for my lady. I've lost count, and at this point, you just appreciate everyone that she gets. If she is in her prime, past her prime, it doesn't make sense. We weren't even supposed to win that. So, for not playing this game for a month, I guess I'm not too out of the swing of things as I expected. Nice trifecta there for the wagering folks. We made some people happy. Anybody that had common sense would have known we really should have been the favorite in that race. Because we're on a winning streak with her. She's hot. She's really just that good of a horse. Like, I'm still taken back by it because it's like, it just happened. You know? It wasn't like we had to grind with Butterfly Effect and go through a couple of years of, you know, some real just kind of roller coaster type of emotion. She was just great from the start and she just hasn't stopped. Just happy finally have gotten here. It's a cool feeling. So Former Opera is up in the Dublin Gold Cup, 10.5 furlongs. Eager Judge is the favorite. I'm just stacking grade 1s with Formal, but I think he is going for a title. He's going for, well, a lot of titles actually. Mid Champ, Mile Champ, Sprint Champ. So I'm probably just putting him in whatever grade 1 seems suitable. Because he's already gotten a couple of titles, so I'm not in any pressured situation. I mean, that's the thing. Half of my horses that are still doing exceptionally well, they're all like 2 or 3 years past their peak. I've never had this many horses be this great beyond like their greatest point. Like, that's amazing, man. I'm really happy to just finally be at this point in the game, I guess. All right, so yeah. All right, let's go ahead and try to beat Eager Judge. Try to get the dub, man. Yeah, it's like, I mean, Formal Opera is not my horse, obviously. But it's like, I'm finally at a point in the game where I can start having success with horses years beyond their peak. Like, usually it's been as soon as they peak, like, that's kind of when it's hard for me to continue to win races with them. But this batch of horses I'm running with, I'm still able to win with all of them at a pretty high level. Like, it's the first time that's happened in this channel. It's a great time, man. It's a great time right now in the HRG Gallop Racer universe. Alright, so not the best start, but we'll work with it. And, I mean, you can really sit anywhere in here, but I'm just going to go ahead and drop him all the way to the back because, well, just want as much stamina as possible. Where's Eager Judge? Eager runs at the front, right? Oh no, Eager Judge is right there, okay. So closer to the front, but I thought may have been an actual front runner, that's fine. So yeah, we'll keep Eager Judge in sight, but I'll keep Formal Opera back here. Did not mean for that to happen, I just kind of got lazy, but it's a tough horse. He's a tough horse, I meant to say. And he's unfazed, really. Which is good, because that wasn't even supposed to happen. I just kind of got lazy and just, yeah, lost focus. So he's been running well back here. Now, I know I got to get him into the front to tap into that front runner or closer ability, so. But, like, I never know where that starts on these tracks, you know what I mean? Because the straights are so long. So that definitely didn't work, but we're going to go ahead and go anyways. Come on, Formal. Dig in, bud. Dig in. You got a tough race ahead of you, but you got this. Oh, Eager Judge is trying to really run with us here. This is a tough race. I did not want to get started when I did. Formal Opera, he's fighting tough. Does he have the power to get up this hill? And who is this keeping up with us? Oh, man, we're going to finish second, I think. That was Dean on a horse. No, they're going to give us third. Yeah, I mean, I definitely botched the stretch. I wanted to get going sooner. Firm Ruby, wow, that was quite the duel. Yeah, that wasn't a good race in the end. I definitely hesitated to get going, and that was not good timing, so that's a bummer. That was an easy race, I think, to win. No disrespect, those horses are very good horses, but certainly with the right jump, we could have had that win. Alright. So Butterfly Effect, you are on to just Mile Champ, I guess. Let me make sure. 8 furlongs. Does 9 furlongs also count? See, I would do this, but she's already won the GWS. And that's, I mean, this is a GWS sprint. I meant, like the Platinum or something, but... what to do with you? Sprint champ? Is she fast enough to still win that type of race? I don't know. Maybe? I don't think we have anything to lose. What other race am I going to put her in? Let me see. I might put her in that sprint because nobody else is going to run in that right now. Summer GP, 11 furlongs. What I feel like I would save this race for somebody, but I don't know who. And yeah, she doesn't need anything that long anymore, so... Yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and put her in that summer sprint. There's nothing else for her to run. Or, oh, my lie. Run her in the Pluto. Yeah, I just want to see how she handles it. I don't think we've run her too short often. We'll run her at a mile, 8 furlongs, you know, and that's about it. We haven't really run her shorter, so. Promo Opera, that's my bad, man. We should have won that race. On a winning streak, too. That's a... 14 wins. 14 grade 1 wins, 16 wins overall. It's those races I wish I could add back because that's how it's been with him. I think I've had success with him, but I've lost a couple of races like that. I just shouldn't have lost. Just bad timing. You know, like, you do suffer quite a bit with him if you get bad timing in a race like that. So looking for a suitable dirt race with him, which means I'll have quite the layoff, which is fine. I'm not in a rush to put him in anything else. But there's like no dirt races for him, which is kind of a bummer. So I might have to get him in. I mean, I don't really want to. I mean, this is. I can't run him in that. We have to save that for our other horse. There's like nothing for him to run. It's like a real dry spell. Like I could put him on the turf, but I mean, what titles? We just have Dirt Champ and GWS Dirt, right? Yeah. 10.5. Well, I've been running him 10.5. We don't have any titles in those categories, so I suppose, well, Summer GP, like I don't want to put, yeah, no, I'll save that race for somebody else. So, what race was I looking at for him? Probably leads us, 10.5. That's the next best thing for him to do, so we'll run him here. Black Ruby, she'll be up. Tigris will be up. Toxic, Fairy, Sedate. Well, yeah, Sedate, I'm going to keep to the opens. Just try to get her a win here and there. Alright, 8 to 12. Here's one for you. And I think that's everybody. Alright, so Golden Derby, no thank you, good sir. No challenges. Do not pass go. Do not challenge Gamer Eric. Do not frustrate Gamer Eric with said challenge. Seems pretty simple to me. We're up in the Golden Derby with Vivid Gemstone. Third favorite, behind Stern Liquor and Tropical Gem. He's going to have a really tough class of horses to deal with. And these are just a couple of them. But, I mean, this is where he should be. So, let's go ahead and look at Vivid Gemstone here. The red shadow roll with the gray and pink bandages. It doesn't look pink, really, but it is. That's kind of the point. I wanted it to look a little bit different. But yeah, he's been awesome for us. He feels a lot like Vivid Legend for sure. I mean, he has a consistency I think of his mother, but his riding style is so reminiscent of Vivid Legend. Very powerful, you know. I love horses that can run like that. So we gotta get him to the front early, establish a good position. Should be able to win this race. Should be able to win this race. If I botch it, then that's just embarrassing. Alright, Mr. Gemstone, let's see what you can do here. 12 furlongs, quite the distance, but I think he's strong enough to make it happen. Radiant Grace just has the record for like all races between May and June. Like, what the F? It's like the third track. When did that horse go on a tear? Like, that had to have happened at some point during our season. I just haven't paid attention to it. Okay, pretty good start here for Mr. Gemstone to make sure I almost bumped that horse to the left of us that quickly. Just got a little bit trigger happy on the directional buttons, but we got him settled, and he can run right behind the leader. I'm completely fine with this. I think he's strong enough to handle this type of pace, and this is probably where he'd want to be anyway, so this is perfect. Now that's Dean up there on Pleasant Rule, who has no chance, so I am going to let him just kind of fall off a little bit, which is fine. So make sure I keep a gap so we don't get closed down if I don't want to, but he's running comfortable, and this is where he wants to be, so taking it all in here for the Golden Derby. 7 furlongs left to go, running pretty nice and easy. I'm not really worried about anybody in this race. Like, I know Stern Liquor, obviously, and Tropical Gem are there, but I think we just have to run our race, most importantly. Like, we do have to get him into the lead as we head into turn 4. I think if we do that, he'll be strong enough to hold on. He's max stamina right now, which is perfect. Our rivals are a couple lengths behind us, so if we can get a good start, they're going to have a lot of work to do. Lots of work. Okay, got 2 7s, so I want to get him a little bit in urgency mode here. Don't run too hard. Don't run too hard. Just start to creep up. Give yourself a good gap. Okay. You can hold. You can hold. Now we can go. Now we can go. They have a lot of work to do back there. No Rebo, but it doesn't matter. Vivid Gemstone is going to walk away with the Golden Derby here. I said it in the beginning of the video, man. This guy is the real deal. I said that about a butterfly effect, and I'm saying this about Vivid Gemstone, and we can see it. He's 8 for 9, 8 wins in 9 races. He wins that by a couple of lengths, easy. I'm so glad the breeding of those two worked. You know, you never know in Gallop racers. Sometimes they will just shaft you with the RNG and just not have 2 great horses give you really good horses. Vivid Legend and Pink Gemstone, they have given us a super horse in Vivid Gemstone, and he's making it easy. He beats Stern Liquor and Tropical Gem by 5 lengths. As a 3-year-old, that's pretty solid, man. He is working out quite nicely. So again, like, we have a couple of parents now, a couple of breedings that we're seeing really good success with that we can stick to, you know, to produce, you know, the same line of really good horses. So that's good to know, for sure. Long Live Bolero is up in a grade 2, the Nagano. One of my favorite grade 2s. The Run, Far Saturn is the favorite. Gonna be a tough horse to beat. That horse is the heavy favorite. Long Live Bolero, what I need to do with him is just make sure he's overtaking the whole field and he's in first place before we hit turn 4. If he does that, I think he's strong enough to hold on. So let's see if we can get that done for him. Sedate Ruler with the record. Yeah, we still have not had a dirt horse like him, truthfully. Outside of Former Opera, I'm saying, like, I guess a created dirt horse. Of course, Former Opera is Dirt King in this game. Really. For me, at least. Yeah. We're still lacking that super dominant dirt horse in stable, basically. In-house. We still haven't produced our own Sedate Ruler yet. I thought Silver Bullet would have had a chance. I think he did the best out of all the dirt horses I've created, but he still fell below his grandfather's records. So, this is good for Long Live Bolero, though. This is very good. Love to get this guy a title, but it's going to be a struggle, man. 2 7s. Okay, get going now. Get going now. Get going now. Get going now. Come on, Bolero. Kick. Kick, my boy. They're going to give us last corner leader. Did I go too soon? I don't know. This is going to be close. Field is coming. Furlong left to go. Come on, Bolero. Oh, they're going to catch us, aren't they? Yep. 11's just going to get by us. We're going to finish second, I think, still. Tough effort, man. Stamina has hurt him so much in his career. He's got the speed. He just needs like another 10 or 15 more points in stamina. That would be the difference maker. Certainly could have maybe held off on getting him going a little bit. Because that was a stamina-based loss right there, but still. Just wish his stamina was at least average. I wouldn't have to worry about it in those type of races. Vivid Gemstone already with the title. All-rounder that quickly. I didn't even know. Well, look at that. All-rounder for the 3-year-old Vivid Gemstone. Gotta love it. Got to love it. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff there on that stretch. Oh, Bolero, man. Only 2 Grade 1 wins. It's like, this is just a horse I just keep around just because of the Great Bolero connection, but just wish, these horses, they just need more. They need more. Just more stamina, a little bit more speed. And it would be fine, seriously. More stamina and more speed is all a horse like this would need, and he'd have a title by now. So that is a bummer, for sure. It's just, like the Long Beach Cup, I think I gotta save that for somebody, for like Black Ruby or something. There's really nothing I can put him in that I want to put him in. Not for a while, really. How long was that? That was only a miler, but it seemed like he tired out really quick. I wonder if that would happen the same on turf. I can't remember. I'm going to run him in this grade 3 just because I haven't run him on turf in a while. I just want to see how that would work. So Butterfly, she's good to go. Golden Boy is good. Form Opera is good. Yes, yes. Alright, Vivid. My boy. So all stats are revealed. 7 to 11, we know. Yeah, I mean, he's nothing like super crazy as far as his stats are concerned. I mean, he's got a good response. I think speed is probably not going to hit 90. You know, your staying, your power, and your field are all above average. Okay, your stamina is basically like the baseline of what I'd want. At the worst, 62. You know, you got 50s in the other categories and 44 breaking. I mean, yeah, he's nothing woohooing, but... And you know what's crazy? Like, he's 4th Grade 1 win, 8th win in a row, and they're still only S-ranked. They gave Toxic Blonde the double S-ranked win off of 1 Grade 1 victory, man. Gemstone is a year younger than her and has the same amount. They still only consider him an S-ranked horse. Like, what else do I have to do? Well, since he got all-rounder, I don't even know when I should put him in the GWS, right? I should give him a shot. He's really strong right now. Let me give him a shot. Whichever category is open, turf or dirt. I'm just gonna toss him in there and see how he does. Well, I mean not the dirt, but turf or sprint. Platinum S. Do I toss you in that? I know Golden Boy has to take those type of races as well, so I got to be careful. Because there's not too many turf races. So I want to make sure Golden Boy is getting the ones that he needs. Yeah, I really can't toss him into a GWS race yet, even though I should. I just feel like there's not a good race to toss him into. But what we're going to do, or try to run him in a little bit of tougher competition. And we're going to run him in either we're going to run him in the Dublin Derby. 3-year-olds, Pretty tough race. 12 furlongs. We'll see how he handles it. 62 stamina is not great, but like I said, I just don't know what... I mean, I still think I can try to win a GWS with him next year. Like, he's probably going to peak at the end of this year. His stats are not going to be terrible as a 4-year-old. We can still try to win him the GWS next year. But if, like, whoever I'm trying to win it with now, which in this case is Golden Boy, if he starts dropping off, or if I feel like it's not going to be worth it to continue with him, then I may give Gemstone a shot. Because I don't want to regret not putting a 3-year-old in the GWS like I've done, I think, with maybe Formal Opera and somebody else. I think same with Golden Boy. Stargazing, I missed the window. I definitely missed the window for Stargazing. Like, fortunately, he will go into the Hall of Fame. But just with the all-rounder title, I definitely think he achieved more than that. So, everybody's good to go, right? Gemstone, yeah, just put you in the Derby, and then, yeah, just making sure. Alright. Well, let's continue to move forward here. Newman, bro. No means no. When did Newman come to become such a gnat, you know, like a mosquito? Like, he's challenging me like 3 times a month now, it seems. Like, dude, go away. Stargazing. Speaking of him, he's up in the Spring Mile Cup. Of course, they're never going to give us favoritism. But it doesn't matter. Aunt B is here. She's the second favorite. Blues Bird is the heavy favorite. I think we can still beat those two. And that's no shade. Aunt B is extremely fast. Stargazing's years, he's starting 3 years past his prime. Good heart, though. Good heart. And I just need to get him in the lead. That's it. Just need to get him into the lead before we hit turn 4. No late jumps. Don't overwork him. He should be strong enough. I don't know, though. Aunt B might close on us pretty seriously, so I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried about that, but doing my best. That's all I can do. I'm not going to get too frustrated over trying to get titles with these horses. Like, you know, I'll do what I can to try to get them whatever title is available, and then if we succeed, that's awesome, obviously. I think that'll help, and if it's just a little bit too much of a inconvenience to get it, then we're just gonna have to lay low on it. So he's not gonna get a 7 for this. He's been running. Well, I've learned I can't really fight him too much on where he wants to run, because like he's had races where he's wanted to go towards the front and he ended up winning them by a couple of lengths. So he should be running at the back, but like I said, he kind of he does his own thing in that regards. Okay, we gotta go. Will they even give me last corner leader if I really push this? I don't think so, will they? Yep, they don't give us last corner leader for that. And Aunt B's already got the jump on us. That's a hard... This is a really hard track to get last corner leader on. Yep, that's a tough race there, and we're going to drop out of the money. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't really know what I could have done differently there. Like, it was not a good race by any means in that last stint, but yeah, I don't know when else I don't know if I got too fixated on trying to get last corner leader, you know, if I should have just tried to actually just get a really good start and ignore that ability. That's the thing I'm trying not to do in this game. I'm trying not to be blindsided by abilities, you know, because it's like sometimes it might just be more beneficial to just run where you are, and maybe your horse can still win. I know the abilities obviously certainly help, but I think that's the case where I got too fixated on it. And as far as when my stretch run started, it took him no time to get up to speed, but I personally would have waited a bit longer. I would have waited a little bit longer, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Like we've won races when we've gotten him out a couple of lengths ahead, and then he's had some races where he has fought back, but usually he does need to be out. Corley Lark's up in the red flower, 12 furlongs. See what we can get the G1 win with Courtly here. He's been on a roll, as expected, but that's a race with Stargazing I want back, because, I mean, I think he's close to Mile Champ. That's the thing. He's really close. So that's really, that was a bad race. Butterfly Effect still has the record here, which is fantastic, but that was really a bad race. That's a race that he needs. I know he's 1 or 2 races off. It would just suck just to be this close. So, yeah, just, man, I'm really frustrated that that race went that way. But, yeah, I don't know what I could have done differently. I thought we got him out ahead, in front. You know, and there's maybe about a length or so. There was about a length between me and, I think, Aunt B in second in the stretch. And then she just completely clawed back at us immediately and just seemed like Stargazing just kind of threw in the towel. Like, I don't know if we needed to be further ahead of Aunt B. Like, did we need to be 3 lengths out in front? You know, would that have helped? You know, that one is tricky. Usually, as long as he's been able to stay in front of those horses, he's been fine. I don't know if I needed to, again, push him further out to the front. Like, I don't know if he needed to be 3 lengths clear. His stats aren't what they used to be, but, of course, that doesn't always mean anything because we were still winning. So I genuinely don't know what I did really wrong in that race. The spurt wasn't bad for sure, like I said. I think I got too obsessed with the last corner leader, and I just unintentionally threw my timing off. It didn't feel terrible, but it wasn't where I wanted to go. But I felt pressured into starting when I did because of the last corner leader, which I shouldn't have done. So Courtly is still in cruise control out in front here. Field's coming. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's Courtly Lark we're talking about here, people. Like, it's kind of a catch-me-if-you-can game, and hopefully I didn't blow his stamina too early, but Courtly Lark is a pretty strong horse. Fortunately for me, he gets the job done, and he gets it done by several lengths. Catch me if you can. Like, I don't know if I ran, like, if I would have ran Stargazing like that, would he have won the same way? I don't know. Courtly Lark's a different horse, and he's much stronger now than Stargazing currently is, so I don't know if that type of performance, if that type of running style, I don't know if that would have worked for Stargazing. I know it has maybe worked a couple of times, but yeah, I don't know. That's a race I wish I could have back, but nothing I can do about it. Just gonna have to try again, I guess, but it's gonna get harder and harder to win those races the older he gets. That's the only problem. Stargazing, I'm sorry. Yeah, we finished 8th. I was winning my other races with him. I definitely did something wrong. I think he's a horse I actually do have to get out probably a lot sooner. I thought my timing was decent, again, for last corner leader, but that track is weird. Ah, man. We were on a roll. Now that's really not a good race to have. Apologize for just kind of rambling on it, but it's like, that creates a problem. Because now we have to continue to grind, and of course I'm not going to throw him into any GWS race. Like, now we're going to have to wait quite a bit of time until the next miler pops up. Oh, man. Like, we're going to have to wait so long, and his stats are going to get progressively worse. Like, we're going to have to wait all the way till November for the next mile race. Like, I can't do that, so I'm going to have to put him into something, but I don't know what. Like I said, no GWS. Unfortunately, we missed that window with him, but nothing. I mean, 11 furlongs. Like, I don't think he can still run and win that. There's a 10 furlong that might be the best. It's gonna be a tough race regardless. I don't think we're winning that, or I could toss him in the Aquarius. That's a little bit too long for him. Victoria? He doesn't have the speed to run 6, does he? I mean, at this point, why not? Like, me kind of muffing that one for the mile champ. I mean, that kind of puts us in a weird spot anyways. I might as well just run him in 6 furlongs and then I'll have to wait until November for that next mile challenge. Oh, that's a bummer. Because like I said, I'm just extending it. He's already declining in his stats. His stats are decreasing, so it's like I don't want it to get too bad and too hard. That was a race I really should have had. I don't know what felt wrong or what felt off, clearly. Field gobbled us up. That to me seemed like I needed to get going sooner. So Courtly, that was your whatever win. 8th win. Courtly's 4. And he's actually on the decline. I didn't realize. Figured he peaked early, but... So that was a win at 12. So what is next for you, dude? Long champ. So we're going for with Courtly Lark. Long champ title. He doesn't have any titles yet, right? Does he? No. Alright, so you're close to long champ. So we're going to keep running you at 12. London Gold Cup. I mean, if he was in the blue, I totally would have ran him in that race. But he wasn't. Am I totally just not doing a GWS with him? I just thought of that as well. In all honesty, though, I still think maybe we can win a GWS with him next year. But, there's like nothing for him, bro. At 12, I don't think. Let me see. There's nothing at 12 furlongs around for him. It's kind of annoying. This one is, but he's in the green. Rather not take this shot. Got to get him a title, though, for sure. He will get a title. Just kind of a weird time right now because I'm just trying to get certain horses titles and trying to fit other ones into their windows. I'm going to go ahead and run him in the Chestnut Stakes. It's 11 furlongs. It'll count for mid-champ, so at least have him working towards something if he can't get a long champ race. Almost an hour in. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this race and whatever else is after this. Queen Mile Stakes is coming up, and that means this is with Tigress of Stone? Yeah, this is with Tigress. Her first introduction into the GWS. Oh no, Lee's Cowboy is going to be up first, actually, in the Mars Stakes. Second favorite behind Modest Style. Lee's Cowboy. What's going on with you, brother? We should be able to win this race. And from what I remember, he runs exactly like Flying Cowboy. A lot of power. Lots of power. Lots of speed up front. So, just got to get him in his groove. I think he's ready to go as always. Mr. Cowboy, let's make it happen, shall we? Shoogie Oogie with the record. I wonder what was the importance behind, like, what was the reasoning behind them putting a horse with that name in the game? Because it's the only horse in the game that has a name like that. And it's like, was it like some inside joke with Tecmo and the employees back in the day? Or was it a favorite song of somebody? You know, like, out of all the goofy names of horses in this game, that's been by far one of the goofiest. Top 3 for sure. I think it's the goofiest one in this game, 100%. Maybe not in like 2001 or something, but had to have been a reason for it. Horse is good though, so I'm not hating at all. Okay, so Lee's Gold, or Flying Cowboy, Lee's Cowboy. Confusing all the horses' names. I took his mother's name and his father's name, and I just made names that didn't really exist. Okay. He's sitting good here. He's got a lot of power, so he's going to be able to coast up this hill. Now we can push. Now we can push. As the rest of the field probably tired themselves out, Lee's Cowboy's going to take off. Now we're still getting... Who is the 7? Who is running up on us like this? Are you kidding? I thought he was going to take off, and no. That's probably the favorite. Come on, Lee. Fight back, brother. Who won that? Did we fight back, or did the 7 get us? I feel like the 7 got us. Yeah, Modest Style just... What a race. Wow. Well, I thought I had that in the bag. That's embarrassing, but in all honesty, that horse kept driving. That was almost a perfect race. We surely could have won that. It just... I mean, you guys saw it. It looked like Cowboy was just kind of about to leave them behind, but the favorite kept driving with us, honestly. If you take that horse out of the race, we're winning that clearly by, 5 or 6 lengths. So, it's a good effort from Cowboy. Obviously, wish I would have won that. Almost a perfect race. I just think Modest probably just beat us. That horse kept driving, and there was nothing I could do. Maybe getting started a little bit sooner, too. Tad bit sooner. Tigress of Stone, she's up in the Queen Mile, not the favorite. Doesn't matter. Cosmic Ruin is here, and Dancing Monster. So, Tigress, she is making her introductory go at the GWS Sprint category. We're seeing between her and her stablemate Toxic Blonde who's going to go ahead and lead the charge for the GWS Sprint for us this year. I don't know. So I'm going to run them both in a race and see who obviously ends up with the most points. And again, Shoogie Oogie has a record. This must be Shoogie Oogie weekend. It was Radiant Grace Festival time a couple months ago, and now it's Shoogie Oogie race weekend. What on earth is next? Well, we're off and racing here in the Queen Mile Stakes with Tigress of Stone. She gets a good start, as always. Most of my girls do get good starts. It's always nice to have because they're always fast, man. So knowing that they can get out well, and unless they're a closer, they can get into their position pretty quickly. That's always very good. Now, whoever this is going to try to play a little trickaroo on me. Get me to go for the lead. I don't want the lead. You take the lead. Thank you. Who are we worrying about? Real bad. Not a bad horse. I mean, if you're not careful, that horse could catch the field by surprise. Alright. Well, I think we got to get her going now. Yep. She's got a good start. She's got a really good start. Come on, Tigress. She's got grit. Is that going to help her, though? I don't know, man. She's got so much stamina left, but nothing is happening. Wait, stretch burst. Maybe she hasn't given up yet. Did I count my girl out too soon? I did. She may have just gotten that win. Both of her abilities activating in the race. That's got to be Tigress. Holy cow. Oh, man. I actually counted my girl out for a second. That's awful. She just wins the Queen Mile Stakes there. We haven't tapped into grit, I feel like, in a while. And to get stretch burst as well, that was a tough race. I did not want to lose that. I did not want to lose that race. I was going to be very disappointed in myself if I lost that race. I really was. Wow, what a race for Tigress of Stone, man. Talking about digging in there and fighting back. She lost. She was at a point where she was not winning the race, but she kept fighting. Those are the type of horses that I've wanted in this playthrough for the longest. Can I save anywhere? Where's my other memory card? Oh, duh. Memory card slot 2. What a valiant effort there from Tigress of Stone, our 4-year-old filly. kicking off the GWS Sprint with a win. Like, let's freaking go, man. That is awesome stuff. Because it really looked like we actually almost botched that race somehow. And I figured, like, I thought I got my spurt started pretty well. I just figured, like, the rest of the field was just really strong and competitive. But, man, oh man, Tigra, she fought back. And I did get doubtful for a second. Because I figured, like, I'm like, maybe I put the horse in a bad position in the stretch. And these other horses have taken advantage. I wasn't going to be mad at her for that. I was already willing to accept responsibility. And almost a perfect race. She wins the head-to-head. I mean, my goodness, that's the type of horse that I want. A horse that even if they lose the race for a little bit, they can fight back. They can dig down. And that's exactly what she did. She did not want to lose that race. Cowboy came very close in his. And Tigress of Stone, I think, caps off the episode with a win. And that puts her in first place for the Gallop World Series Sprint category. Why did I have to say the whole name? I don't know. I just went and did it. Golden Boy is still second in the turf, and then Black Ruby is still technically tied, but I'm gonna say she's in the lead for the dirt. Black Ruby and Firm Ruby. Is it really gonna be us two going at it? Like that seems so scripted, but it's not. So yeah, it's a good start to the GWS really for everybody involved this year. And we'll see how things continue. But guys, this is going to do it for this episode. Appreciate love and support on the channel. We will be back, obviously, again. I just needed to go ahead and get this recorded for you guys. That way we can look forward to more 2004 content, obviously. And I'll get the next episode out as soon as possible. And that one will probably be a little bit longer than this one because want to get to a point where we can start to close out the year. You guys know I hate how long it takes towards the last 4 months of the year to get through races because you're trying to do so much before the end of the year for your titles, your championships, whatever. You know, there's so much going on towards the end of the year. 2-year-olds making their debuts. You're trying to get them on the right path. So it's always a lot. So I like to kind of make sure I'm at a certain point in the season before I head into that. I want to try to improve on that. So appreciate you guys. But until next time, it's Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Have a great and fantastic day. I will see you all later. And bye.
Welcome to Horse Racing Gamer, where champions are made.